Hey, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Ruby Girl Talk. And tonight I have a returning guest. She rocked it the first time. We had a little technical difficulty, but we worked around those. So I invited her back because I was like, we need a clean, smooth interview because what Chrys-Ann Ambrose has to say, the world needs to hear with no interruption. So if you're out there, if you're watching, give us some hearts and definitely share this video. As I always say, sharing means that you care, and somebody out there needs to hear what we're going to say tonight. So, Miss Chrys-Ann Ambrose, hello, how are you?
Hi, everybody. Greetings from beautiful Antigua.
Yeah, she's rubbing it in. She's rubbing
Yeah.
it in, y'all. We over here with winter coats. It's raining outside. It is cold, Miss Chrys-Ann over here. We haven't seen a 85. We haven't even seen a 75-degree day yet.
Well, you trade us some rain and I'll send you some warmth, some sunshine.
Hey, let me get out there and get the bottling up right now for real. So
Yeah.
what I want you to do before we get started, go on my page, find this video, and then you share it with those, share with on your page so that those your people can see this video also. I'm trying to be bloopered tonight. I see
Done.
that.
Done. It's already
All
done.
right. So while you do that, I'm gonna tell everybody about Ruby Girl. So Ruby Girl is based off Proverbs 31 and 10. It is the brand for his design, which I am the CEO of. And so Ruby Girl coming from 31 Proverbs 31 and 10. Let me just give you that verse again in case you're not a Bible scholar. So who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above the price of a ruby. So what does that make you, ladies? It makes you rare, it makes you virtuous and valuable right there. Boom, boom, bam. It's sealed in the word of God how special you are. You are God's precious daughters. So I want you to go to rubygirl.net. Now look, y'all, I'm having a sale on everything except for the Ruby Girl bag. So even you can get clothes there. My clothes in the boutique are on sale. My t-shirts are on sale. And this is for Mother's Day week. So I understand that there's some of y'all that has lost your mother. It might have been this year, it might have been yesterday, it might have been years ago, but the pain is still in your heart. So I wanted to do something a little special. I know women love to shop, and I know shopping makes us feel better, right, Chrys-Ann?
Of course. Yep.
Yeah. So while you're there, I want you to get you a t-shirt and rock the Ruby Girl. Be a Ruby Girl for Mother's Day in memory of your mother. Ruby Girl, Proverbs 31 and 10. Get the bling shirt. Shine, baby, shine. This shirt right here is cool, but it's something about that bling shirt. So go to rubygirl.net and remember, every Thursday is Ruby Girl Day. This is your day, ladies, where you shine, you are on the throne. It is all about you on Thursday. So you get you a t-shirt, drop a selfie, and I be looking to give out cash apps on some Thursday. So, and then you tag me in it. And ladies, this is our day on Thursday on Ruby Girl Day. Woo, fantastic day. So, Miss Chrys-Ann, thank you for being on the Ruby Girl Talk. So I want you just to introduce yourself to everybody.
Okay, everybody. Again, I am Chrys-Ann Ambrose from the beautiful island of Antigua, land of 365 beautiful white sandy beaches. And while I'm at it, let me introduce you to Barbuda, our sister island, with beautiful pink sandy beaches. Shout out to my daughter over in Barbuda. Hey, Tiara. Yes, I am a mother of two beautiful daughters, wife of one husband. I know that sounds funny, but and I am also an international motivational speaker, best-selling author, and purpose coach, where I teach you to identify, maximize, and monetize your God-given gifts and abilities that will ultimately lead you to your purpose. So that's me in a nutshell.
That's a great nutshell. That's a lot to fit in that little nutshell. She's a coach, she's an author, and she's not just a motivational speaker. She's an international motivational speaker. And I know because I met her as she was doing one of her international motivational speech. We rocked the stage together in February. So, Chrys-Ann, I thank you so much for coming back once again because I know you are a busy lady. Like you said, you wear a lot of hats, but one thing about you, you wear each and every one of your hats perfectly. So the last time you was on Ruby Girl Talk, we was talking about how powerful your speech was on the Shine Fair Leadership Experience Tour. It personally touched me. It personally woke up something in me. But I hear that you have your own tour coming up. So tell us about it.
Okay, to be quite honest, it's not my own tour.
Okay.
I am actually accompanying my friend, mentor, what should I call her? Oh my gosh, she's so many things to me. Esther Thomas, Lady Esther Thomas, and she has a tour coming up called
Uh-oh. I think she froze again. So it's a tour coming up, y'all. Um, this is kind of like what we had last time. So when she come back, we gonna pray this time. So Chrys-Ann, if you can hear us, you froze up, and so we can't hear you. But she's gonna be on tour with her friend Esther, and when I tell you, it's gonna be an amazing tour because Chrys-Ann is an amazing speaker. You heard just a little bit of what she was saying, and so I personally have connected with her on a whole different level. Have you ever met anyone and you felt like it was just destiny for y'all to meet? Have you ever been in this spot in your life when you like, Lord, I need a change, but you know you just can't do it by yourself, that you're going to need somebody that's already there or someone that can help you get there? That's what Chrys-Ann was to me. Because when I was sitting in the audience and she got up on the stage and she totally transformed, she became this beautiful, lively butterfly. And so she began to talk about she had worked in the this industry for 20 years. I've been in the same industry for 20 years. And she was saying how you can stay in one place and you can be good at what you do. I mean, you know everything. People think you're going to die there, but guess what? You know there's something more for you. You can be good, but don't you want to be great? I mean, it's okay to know your job. It's okay to do your job with your eyes closed, with your hands um tied up and everything. But what God really wants you to do is do something that's great, something that you totally have to depend on Him, something that you know is only God that's helping you do it. And so when you stay in that, and she called it that wicked, evil comfort zone, you will never be as great as you should be great. And you know it. You feel it. Give me some hearts. Give me some hearts if you feel it. Give me some hearts if you're in this place right now where you're like, I know it's more. I'm okay here. I'm comfortable here, but I know I need to break out of here and get into something better. I know I got skills that I don't even know I have. Because see, look, if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to use the same skills. It's just like with your muscles. If you go to the gym and you do the same press every day, 10, just 10, just 10, your body gets used to it. And so you don't build up the muscles that you would build up if you did 10, 15, 30, 70, 80. You're getting stronger. You can do more. And so that's why you have to come out of that wicked, evil comfort zone. Chrys-Ann, you're back.
I am so sorry. We just lost power and we just got back power. I am so sorry, but I am back. Yes. I heard you
I'm
speaking
a,
about the wicked evil comfort zone.
so I'm gonna say a quick prayer because we keep it seems like it's something. So God,
This
we
is
just
crazy.
thank you, Lord God, that you're breaking up all interference. Now, in the name of Jesus, we speak and declare that this interview will come through. What this woman of God has to say will be said, and people's hearts will be open to receive. In Jesus' name, Amen.
In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.
What was the odds? What's the
I
odds?
know, right? Ah, oh wow.
So tell us about the tour that you're going on with your mentor
Yes.
Esther.
Yes, so Esther and I are touring the Caribbean islands. So if you want to come across, and of course we will be putting all of this online and on social media, starting kicking it off with St. Kitts and Nevis at the end of June. Then we're coming back over to Antigua, doing Antigua and Barbuda, and then we'll be doing other Caribbean islands such as St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Grenada, the Grenadine island of Bequia, and hopefully looking to also touch on islands like Trinidad, Jamaica, Guyana, and then taking it to the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom. So just keep your ears and your eyes peeled to social media for more information on that. And of course, the name of the tour is called Ascend. Esther is bringing out an awesome book called Ascend, and we are basically teaching people, just like what you said, to step out of the wicked, evil comfort zone and to ascend to what you were called to be and greater.
Hey man, I am so excited for you, Chris-Ann, because I know that God has opened this door for you, not just to have your message there, but to spread your message all over the world. This is just the beginning for you. So I'm so excited that I have connected, tapped into you before you just really blow up and where you start charging for interviews and and all that stuff like that. So I got in just right on time. So as a life coach, we know that you are a motivational speaker and you are a life coach. Now, give us 2 steps we need to take that we can take to come out of our wicked, evil comfort zone. That's what you call it. And also tell us why you call it the wicked, evil comfort zone.
Because the comfort zone is an area where we stay comfortable, we stay stuck, and as much as we don't like where we are in life, and we really, really want to ascend, yes, Esther, I'm stealing that from you. We want to ascend. The comfort zone is somewhere where we feel safe, where we will not be disappointed, where nobody will laugh at us. So we just decide to just stay stuck in that wicked, evil comfort zone. And it's wicked and it's evil because it brings along some really devastating emotions, such as frustration, anger, depression, because we want to come out, we want to ascend, we want to elevate, but we don't think that we have what it takes. That's one. And maybe we don't know what it takes to get out of that comfort zone to elevate ourselves. So the wicked evil comfort zone, it keeps us stuck, it robs us of our purpose, and it robs other people of our gifts and people who need our gifts and our purpose to help them to elevate themselves as well. So two things that I think, two important things that we need to get out of that wicked evil comfort zone. Number one is a decision. You have got to make the decision to say to myself, to say to yourself, listen, self, okay, this has gone on long enough. It's time for us to move from here. And I am making the decision to get what I need to get done to get out of this address of the wicked evil comfort zone, because I can't stay here anymore. So a decision is made. Now, once a decision is made, the second thing that you need to have is a game plan, a plan of action to get out of that wicked evil comfort zone. Because you could make the decision, yes, I'm going to go, but then there's no plan. You don't know what steps to take. You don't know where to step. You don't know, you just don't know what the heck to do. And even if you get the first step, okay, this is the first step out of the comfort zone, there is no plan of action, and almost nothing moves ahead without a plan of action, without a game plan. Almost nothing.
That's good. That's good. Because I think while we don't come out the comfort zone, we have no direction of where to go, like you said, once we come out the comfort zone. And one thing you said, we all can make a decision. And I think once you make that decision, that's when everything, the universe start, okay, she's ready. Angels start moving in heaven. Okay, she's ready. Let's do this. Let's make this happen for her. I think everything starts in the mind because even the world, God had to think about what he was going to do to the world before he started speaking it and started creating it. You know, a thought starts and then it traveled down into our hands, into our mouth, and our eyes. So, yes, thank you for them 2 steps. And tell us once again, right quick, what's those 2 steps for us that have memory issues?
Number one, you need to make a decision. You need to make a decision. That is the first step. And once you decide, the second step that you need to put in place is a plan of action. Why? Because, and I think I used this scenario the last time where I'm making a decision and I'm going to Barbados. Okay, yes, I'm going to Barbados. How are you getting to Barbados? By boat. And I jump into this boat that has no oars, no sails, and no engine. I'm just depending on the wind to take me to Barbados. It's highly unlikely that I'm going to get there because that wind is going to be bobbing me and throwing me all over the place. But then I, I'm I might as well say that I'm crazy if I really think that I'm going to get to Barbados without a plan of action, without a compass, oars, a sail, an engine. And this is how a lot of people decide that, oh, in 10 years, I'm going to be great, but you put no plan of action in place. And if you don't have clarity and a plan of action, you are not going anywhere. You're staying stuck in that wicked, evil comfort zone.
Mm. Well, we want to get unstuck tonight, and that's why we have you there. So if you're feeling like Chrys-Ann said, stuck, and a lot of people are stuck, and like you said, that's where depression comes from. That's where the frustration and anger is connected to being somewhere that you really don't want to be. I mean, I totally understand that you feel trapped. I remember being in a ministry and I didn't want to be there anymore. I knew it was time for me to go, but I'm like I said, I didn't know how to get out. Once I got out, where was I going to go? It was actually like a cult, but I didn't know it until I had been in it so long that when I became woke, I understood it was a cult. And so I seen people leave, but I seen them being shut off. You didn't call
Mhm.
them, you didn't come around them. So I was so frustrated. I was so angry. And you know what the Lord said to me? He said, I don't have you stuck in here. You're stuck because you're staying there. You can leave anytime you want to leave. But I was scared. And so it came to one night when I had just was so distressed, I was mentally broke down that I got up the courage to leave, to walk away and leave. It was hard. I would be on the floor crying. Like I felt so alone because everybody pulled away from me. I couldn't call nobody that was there. I couldn't talk to the pastor anymore. And when I did, he had said something that totally turned me off to going back. So I understand about being in the wicked, evil comfort zone, because a lot of times we're stuck because we're too scared to move. So, Chrys-Ann, guess what time it is? It's time for your 60-second pitch. And so during this time, I take a break. I let Chrys-Ann become the host of 60 seconds and she tell y'all whatever she needs to tell you to blow your mind, make you also connect with her because she's going to give you her information so you can connect with this wonderful woman of God. And so while she does that, I'm going to see if you got any questions and what you've been seeing. So, Chrys-Ann, the floor is yours.
Okay, well, thank you so much for that opportunity, Ruby girl, Karen. So what I want what I want to say to everybody is that there is greatness within you, and you don't have to stay stuck unless you choose to stay stuck. Unfortunately, persons seem to think that, okay, I don't have a choice but to stay here. I was told that I would never amount to anything. I was told that it doesn't make any sense to dream because you don't have what it takes for you to fulfill those dreams. And too many times we believe the lie that that's what it is, because when persons tell us these things is that they present it to you with a bit of evidence. It's a lie that they think it's the truth, but it is presented to you with a bit of evidence. For example, and I use this example all the time, I think, oh my gosh, it's a bit worn out. However, you can't go to university. That may be your dream. I want to study law, or I want to study medicine, or I want to study business. But then you're told you can't do that. Nobody in our family has ever been to university. Plus, even if you go, how are you going to afford to go? We're all poor. Now, the lie is you don't have what it takes. The truth that they attach to it is nobody in our family has ever gone to university. Um, you can't afford it. University is expensive. So when you attach the lie with some form of truth, you're going to take that as gospel and you're going to run with it. And I call that persons giving you the chains with the shackles. And I wish I had a prop where somebody hands you the chains with the shackles and you take it from them and you put it on and you become a prisoner and you sit there in your wicked, evil comfort zone. Too many times we imprison ourselves and we want to blame it on other people because we actually believe that that's what it is. But I'm here to tell you tonight that it does not have to be that way. I offer numerous personalized coaching packages where I can coach you out of the cocoon so that you can spread your wings and become that beautiful butterfly that you were intended to become. So You can go to my website, chrysannambrose.com, where you will see the different coaching packages. You can contact me. We can have a free 15-minute consultation session, and we can decide if we are fit, if we can work together. Additionally, I am an international motivational speaker, also a best-selling author, and you can get my book Operation Game Plan, which we're going to speak about in a little while, also on my website. And you can also book me to speak as well. Listen, let me tell you, speaking is my passion. And if you require me for a conference, a consult, whatever it is, you do not have to stay stuck. You can actually make that decision tonight. Take that step, make that decision tonight, so that we can work together. We can put a plan of action to get you out of your wicked, evil comfort zone and get you out into the world where people are waiting on you to help them, to assist them, to get out of their wicked, evil comfort zone. So it starts with a decision. Wow, I wonder if I went over 60 seconds.
Don't care. You have unlimited minutes, honey.
Thank you. That's basically my pitch.
Chrys-Ann, that was totally wonderful. I felt the pull. You pull people out of where they're stuck. Like if I'm stuck in the mud, I'm going to reach my hands out to you, and I know that you can pull me out of whatever I'm stuck in. And the reason why I have confidence that you can is because you've been stuck before and you got out. And because I know you got out, you know how. You're like the Harriet Tubman of the comfort zone. You comfort those that are stuck in the comfort zone. You like, look, girl, we about to get you up out of here. You ain't looking back. If you looking back, you're gonna die in that comfort zone. And you ain't gonna die on me. I'm gonna take you up out of
That's
here.
right.
And I'm gonna pull you into the greatness, into the destiny that God has said you're supposed to be. Because you sitting there with them chickens and you a big old eagle. I don't fit in. I just don't feel comfortable. It's just something about me that's a little bit different. People treat me a certain way. They always want me to do the most work because you're an eagle. They
Mm-hmm.
see it, but you don't see it. So thank you. Like she said, connect with her. I put it in the posting section. Her website. And so, guess what? The second half of the show. So, we're going to talk about this book. It's called Operation Game Plan. I don't know if you can see it so well.
Yeah,
There you go. And it
that's
might
good.
be like a little reverse or whatever, but it's called Operation Game Plan. It says how to overcome habits that hinder us from succeeding in life. I brought this book, and when I tell you, just starting to read it, I was just hopping around like a bunny rabbit because I was like, this is another piece that God has given me for the journey that I am on. Not that I'm about to go on, but the journey that I am. God is building me up to come out of my wicked, evil comfort zone. And He's using Chrys-Ann tools. Now, you notice what she said. If you don't come out your wicked, evil comfort zone, it's people that's going to miss out on your gift. So think if Chrys-Ann had stayed in her comfort zone, this book wouldn't be there. I wouldn't have this book to pull me out. So, Chrys-Ann, let's talk about this powerful book. How in it you says everyone is born a winner. How is that possible when some people are born rich and some people are born poor?
Some people were born rich, some people were born poor, but then that winner is in you, but you have to uncover it. A lot of people don't listen in Antigua. I don't know if you guys have the same saying up there, but we talk about people born with a silver spoon or a gold spoon in their mouth. We weren't all born with that spoon in our mouth. However, we were born with the ability to climb out of that wicked, evil comfort zone that we were dropped in, because unfortunately, we don't get to choose our family. We don't get to choose the situations in which we were born, but we do have that ability. And that is the winning ability that we have to make that decision and set the plans in place and take action to get moving, to expose our greatness, shredding the mundane to expose our greatness.
Love it. And also in your book, you were talking about how children are born believing, I'm paraphrasing, they can be anything in the world. Basically, we teach them what they can't be. We give them the can'ts and what they just cannot do in life. And we bring reality to them. And it's probably sometimes not good reality. We'll tell them, well, baby, you can't be a model. You're not that cute. Not knowing, you know what I'm saying? They can do all things through Christ that that strengthen them. They can do everything. Nothing's impossible with God. And so that's what I like about your book because it brings us back to our childhood. What happened to the little girl or the little boy that thought they could do any and everything. Life happens to you. So part of it is you had said, is your past the boss of your future? So, how can we keep the past from being the boss of our future? And then also, why do we fear success, as you said in the book, when that's the greatest thing for us is to be successful?
Listen, when you can't allow, like I said in the book, you can't allow your past to be the boss of your future. You have got to make that decision because, like I said earlier, when you look at the past with all of the different things that are holding you back and have held you down, and the chains that you have taken from people, and you have basically imprisoned yourself with those chains. That is the past holding you back. And you can't look at the past of all of these horrible things that have happened to me in the past, all of these horrible things that were said to me in the past. And you cannot allow that to dictate where you are going. Remember, I said that everyone is born a winner. And the only way that you become a loser, listen, a loser is just a winner in chains. You made that decision to just basically stay chained. The only how that you can rid yourself of your self-imposed prison is to use the past, your experiences of the past, and basically allow it to get you out of that wicked, evil comfort zone to propel you into the future. You have a decision to make. Are you going to allow that wicked, evil comfort zone with all of the filth and all of the negativity and all? And listen, Karen, listen, I gotta throw this in. We have gotten so accustomed to being dumbed down and so accustomed to living in that wicked, evil comfort zone, living in that filth, that it becomes our norm. And if you don't break that norm and get yourself uncomfortable to move into the future, then that past becomes the boss of you. And it dictates if you move to success in the future or if you don't. So you've got to make that decision that you take control over the past. You become the boss over the past and don't allow it to be the boss over you. So, and there was another question. I can't even remember. Been joining on and on. And that,
So, why do we fear success?
okay. Yes. And this is something that I had to learn, that we tell ourselves it doesn't make any sense for us to be successful because we can't do it. But then we get into our minds. We don't seem to realize that what we are afraid of is actually becoming successful, because, hey, if I become successful, then I am going to have to change a few things in order to stay successful. I am going to have to, for example, we're all born eagles, but then there's so many of us who decide to become chickens and scratch in the dirt for worms. If I if I become successful, I'm going to have to learn to fly. I'm going to have to learn to soar. There's some people that I'm going to have to actually put down or put away because I can't take them where I am going. And then we also fear success because we just don't think that we have what it takes to be successful. We don't think that it's us. We don't think that we deserve to be successful. And that it's a really sad thing, because in order to become successful, like I said, you have to elevate, but you have what it takes within you to elevate and to become successful and to stay successful and to keep on moving from point A to point B to point C and to keep on elevating. We do have what it takes, but what keeps us back? The wicked, evil comfort zone and the fear that also holds us back right there in the wicked, evil comfort zone.
We got to come out that comfort zone, y'all. If you
Yeah.
ready to come out that comfort zone, put in the comments, I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. Sometimes you have to decree and declare things. Say, I am ready to come out of my wicked, evil comfort zone. Tonight is the night that you get out that nest, Mr. and Mrs. Eagle. The mother eagle is pecking you and pushing you out. Mother eagle, Chrys-Ann Ambrose, said you have to get out this nest you and fly. Spread your wings. I'm not gonna keep supplying you. You're on your own. You're strong enough. You can do it. And so the wicked comfort zone, like she said, people don't laugh at you there. You look great before people. People commend you. Oh, girl, you're so good at what you do. When it's only you're familiar with it. If anybody do something over and over and over again every single day, 20 years, they should be getting good at it. If
Yeah.
not, then they're in a state of retardation.
Uh,
So It's not always that that's your ability. Like me, I work in accounting. Y'all, simple math um is gonna trip me up. I'm not a math person. I tell everybody I do letters, not numbers. But God is just giving me grace. God literally dropped things in my head and he literally helps me. I'm not a numbers person. Some people love numbers, but he's giving me grace. But I know that's not what I'm anointed to do. That's what is making provision for me. But when I step into what God wants me to do, whoo, it's gonna be mind blowing because it's definitely gonna be all him. I know you want to say something, Chris Ann.
No, see,
I know you now, girl.
so I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. And yeah, you said you're not a numbers person. Neither am I. But I mean, I know. And you know what's funny, Karen? When I was in school, I hated math. I never passed math. I never made an effort. I never made an effort. I know if I had put my mind to it, then yeah, but I mean, listen, and this is another thing with the wicked evil comfort zone. In my mind, listen, I've always failed math. Why should I even try? It hurt my brain to work on math, but I knew that if I put my mind to it, I would have been able to do it. However, it was not my thing. Now, English and writing compositions and speaking, that was always my thing. So I excelled at that 100%. So I like what you said in terms of using and doing the things that you are great at. We too often, and I had an issue too with accounts as well in school. I failed accounts, but because my cousin who sat next to me in class, she aced accounts, and I kept on saying to myself, listen, she's good at numbers, you need to be good at numbers too. But look at it, it's not my calling. It was not my calling. What would have happened if I decided to, okay, yeah, study accounting and just pack English, or, just focus on accounting? Because in my mind, accountants make a lot of money. Karen, can you imagine me as an accountant? I would have been miserable. Miser- Miserable. So that's what I wanted to throw in, that we need to be, yeah, I think we should focus on the things that we are great at, we are good at, and the things that we are called to do, because that is where it's going to take us to do the things that we are great at, and we're going to feel so awesome doing the things that we were called to do, the things that we are great at, and stop comparing ourselves with other people. It's just not worth it.
I think that's our downfall. We look at other people and they're maybe where we want to be, not understanding what they had to go through. They might have to had get a master's to get where they at, and we have a bachelor's, so we have to just go get that master's to be where they at. But we just it's just in us from the Garden of Eden. Of Eve, I'm sorry, Eden. It's just been in the garden to always concentrate on that forbidden fruit, or be like, okay, I know I got all this, but that over there, it's always that over there. That person over there, they're doing this, not even looking at what God is doing for you. And in your
Mhm.
book today, when I was reading it, it was talking about how we can look at so much negativity that we don't never focus on what's good going on in our life. We can have
Yes.
99 things that's good, but we focus on that one bad thing. Like you said, we people can tell us five good things today, but if somebody say one negative
One
thing,
negative.
you driving home mad, you get in the house, do you know what she said about me? But what about the good things that everybody else said? That one negative thing just overrode everything. And you talk about how our mind is just set to being negative. And you're right. When the news come on, the news don't come on positive. Hey y'all, guess what's up? Hey, things are going well. They like, guess who's been murdered today? Who's been there?
Mm.
And we, like me, I used to could every at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, you will always find me watching the news because I had to hear those breaking stories and all that. But in your book, and y'all can go to Amazon and get her book. It's called Operation Game Plan by Chrys-Ann Ambrose. And it's a small book, it's an easy read. And when I tell you everything she says in here is powerful. She talks about how we have the power to make decisions and how you don't have to follow your family's generational curses. You don't have to use them as an excuse. Well, I can't do this because everybody in my family, they never went to college. Well, I'm here to tell you, on my father's side of the family, a lot of people didn't finish school. I went on, not only did I finish high school, I finished high school and went on and got my associate's and my bachelor's degree. And so I could have used my father's side of the family, like, oh, I'm like them. I don't have to finish school. So like you said, you can break every generational curse. It all starts in your mind. And so I just admonish y'all to go get Operation Game Plan. If you're ready to do something new, if you're ready, if this is the year, you know this is your year of greatness, you need this book. So what I really love was this story about Lena. If you could share the story with us about Lena.
I had to use Lena because she was such a powerful example. A young person, yes, but a powerful example. Lena is my daughter's best friend. She lives just on the other side of the street um, from where we live. They have been best friends since childhood. These two ladies, my daughter is 26. Lena is probably a couple of years younger than Tiara, my older daughter. And Lena always knew that she wanted to become a doctor. And of course, she graduated from high school at 16. She got into pre-med in Antigua at 16. She knew that it was going to be tough because her parents did not have the funds to send her to medical school. But Lena put a plan of action in place. At such a young age, she put a plan of action in place. And I remember when Lena actually got into medical school here in Antigua, there was a hurricane. Listen, this girl, if I got up to use the bathroom at 2 o'clock in the morning and I looked out, there was Lena on the veranda with the lights on, just studying. Or if I got up at midnight or going to bed at midnight, I would hear Lena driving home from med school. She would have been in the library since 8 o'clock in the morning, at school, after school, in the library, leaving the university at midnight to come home, to take a shower, get something to eat, and get back to studying. And I remember one year, the hurricane season, of course, everybody knows it's from June to November. But we typically, the highest peak for hurricanes in the Caribbean is September and October for some reason. And we had a hurricane one year, and it took out the electricity for a whole week from our street. The only place that had electricity, and I think because they had a generator, was an apartment building on the opposite side of Lena's house. It was like a parking, like sort of like where they park the cars, and they were like bright fluorescent lights on. And I remember one night, my husband and I, we were just so bored. We said, look, let's go for a drive. Let's just drive around in the dark. Let's just go for a drive, because we're just in the house. We're just bored. Can't watch television. And this was like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning when we were driving back home. There was Lena. She left the university where they had electricity, came home, took a shower. There's no lights at Lena's house. And she pulled a table and a chair under the lights in the parking lot. And she was there, her sisters were there, her brother was there, and there were people swatting mosquitoes, because I am a firm believer that mosquitoes are more vicious right after a hurricane. I don't know why, but they were just swatting mosquitoes. They were there just basically looking over her. And I said to myself, I had to pull my phone out and I took a picture. And my husband, Colin, he said, you see that? And I'm like, listen, this girl makes no excuse whatsoever. Anybody could have left the university at a late hour, come home, take a shower, and gone to bed. And now there's no lights, and I'm not studying by candlelight because it's bad for my eyes now. Lena made no excuses. Not only that, she put a plan of action in place that when school went on breaks during the summer, she was headed up to the United States to work with her aunt, who is an oncologist, to get experience. And I don't know what child at 16, 17, 18 years old would be so committed. Look, we have carnival in Antigua during the summer. So committed to bypass carnival, bypass all of the liming and the hanging out. She could have said, listen, it's summer. I work hard during the other semesters. Let me just put my foot and just relax, because medicine is hard. No, she was on a plane, headed to the States every time school was closed to get experience from her aunt, who is an oncologist in the States. So long story short, Lena has now graduated from medical school. She has been living in the States, I think, for the past year or two, doing her residency. And I'm telling you, I'm so impressed with her. There were times when she came to me crying, saying, Auntie Chrys-Ann, this is hard. I don't think that I can do it. And I'm like, remember the why, remember the game plan. Just remember the things that you put in place. And she has done it. She has done it. I'm so proud of her. So that's just to say that, we can make excuses or we can eliminate them. Remember your why, remember your game plan, and just do what you need to do. Get out of that wicked, evil comfort zone. Make some sacrifices now so that you can reward yourself later.
I love it. I love their story. And when I read it, she had so many reasons to have excuses. Because, I mean, you think about, like you said, with us, we come home like, oh, lights out. I can't do that. We got a
Mm-hmm.
valid excuse. We take the easy way out instead of saying, let me figure out how I can do what I need to do. And I understand because there's been times I think about when I was younger. I had that drive. It was no excuses for me. I just had to make stuff happen. And sometimes it pops up like when somebody's like, well, this won't work out. And in my mind, I'm like, we need to figure out how to make this out. So sometimes my friends think I'm a little hard, I'm a little bratish or whatever, but it's just that little piece kick in like, okay, we don't need to make an excuse. Let's find a solution for this.
There you
So,
go.
Lena, if you're out there watching, we commend you. We know you're going to be an excellent doctor. I want to be a patient. I want to be a patient at least. I don't care if it's not in my field or whatever. But what I like about the young lady, she was determined to be what she desired to be. She wasn't going to let anything stop. And I admire people like that. I really do. Just like you're going to be a speaker. You're a motivational speaker. So you just don't do lives. You go on tour with somebody like motivational speakers do. And I love it and I love it. So guess what? It's almost time for us to go. I really enjoyed this, Chrys-Ann.
Already? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Time flies when we're having fun.
Yes, it really do. And so it's time for our 2-minute closeout. You can say whatever you want to say to the audience out there, but make sure you give them your contact information. And I'm gonna check and see on the comments and everything. But you go right ahead, Miss Chrys-Ann.
Okay, so before I close out, I just basically want to say thanks to everybody for joining us. And thank you so much, Ruby Girl Karen Dodd, for having me on this show. I am so honored to be on. And I just really want to say to everybody, you can do what you have been called to do. You can be the greatest. You can be the best. You can be your best you ever, but you have got to make that decision. So contact me. You can check me out on Facebook, Chrys-Ann Ambrose. Check out my website, chrysannambrose.com, or you can send me an email at chris.ambrose@gmail.com. So for me to close out, I just want to read the poem that I made. I am no poet, but I put my heart into it when I was finishing the book. I just said, let me just throw a poem at the back of the book that really speaks to how I felt and how I made a decision to move on, that I really pray and hope that you will as well. So the poem is called While You Were Sleeping. While you were sleeping, I was awake. I had no real pain, but there was an ache. That ache was frustration of life remaining the same. Day in and day out, there was no claim to fame, no plan for the future, no plan for success. To put it quite bluntly, my life was a mess. A mess by my standards was a great life for most. I had a safe job and a family to boast. Mediocrity plays games on the minds that conform and follow the masses who think it's the norm to live by existing to pay bills and die. Day in and day out, we all believed the lie. It was then I decided, and this might sound strange, that things needed to change by me making a change. A change in my mindset, a change in my words, a change in my vision, a change in my voice. After years of conforming to the same average habits, I made a decision and made off like a bandit with positive mentors and books that taught facts of the greatness within me I could never see. After years of brainwashing and mental abuse from the hands of society that served negative news, I made off like a bandit with positive food that I chose to eat daily from positive feeds. Negative role models, negative friends, negative habits, and negative trends are now replaced with success-minded brands. My mind can see clearly where its vision was once banned. While you were sleeping, the new branded me has made the decision to toil tirelessly, using every positive thing I have learned. I'll apply it to action, so results I will earn. As knowledge can only be useful, you see, when backed up with action and hard work purposely. So while you were sleeping, I've become a success, a different person from the girl that was a mess. My new goals are set, and I now have a plan to raise up a people, a successful clan. I'll teach what I've learned, leave a legacy now I can. I'll teach you to launch your operation game plan. So, so your current actions predict your future. What does your future hold? You choose.
Mm. Wow. I love the point.
Thank
I
you.
love how it took us all the way back to Operation Game Plan. All right. So Kisma was on tonight. Hey Kisma. Hey Kisma.
Hey, Kisma.
Panthea. Hey, she's from the island of Antigua. Tamika Scott. She said yes. She said yes to something. Tia Regular said she is ready. She said, I'm ready to come out my comfort zone. So Tia, if you're out there listening, give me some hearts if you're out there listening. I win a book Operation Game Plan. Yay. So inbox me your address. I'm going to order you a Operation Game Plan because if you're ready, this book is going to be your first stepping stone to get up out of that wicked evil comfort zone. All right. So Tia Regular, if you're out there, give me some hearts. If not, I'll reach out to you and let you know that I'm going to order you Operation Game Plan. So y'all go on Amazon, support Chrys-Ann. She came, she poured into your life. So go and support her and get the book. Like I said, you would not regret it. It is changing. So Chrys-Ann, I want to thank you for coming on tonight. You taught us that once again, being comfortable is not a good thing. If you want to walk into the destiny that God has for you, if you want to be great instead of good, if you just want to be good, if you just want to impact your own life, and if you just want to live a safe life, then you stay in your comfort zone. You be that chicken. But those that are called to be eagles are always looking ahead for better, never satisfied with where they at, because they know that when they soar, oh, that's where they belong. That's where their power at. So being safe is not what God has called us to be. Because even when Jesus walked the earth, he made himself so vulnerable by being a baby that he couldn't even defend himself, not even against a fly. So if God can minimize himself in order to win us, to come out of his comfort zone of heaven, what can we do to win souls? To show people, to share our gifts with others. If Chrys-Ann had never came out of her wicked, evil comfort zone, we would not be having this conversation. She probably wouldn't be an author. She probably wouldn't be a motivational speaker or even a life coach. She would just be a mother, and that's it. But God has so much for her because there's people that she needs to be Harriet Tubman for, that she needs to pull out of that comfort zone so that they can get free. And so at the end of your life, when you stand before Christ, he'll say, well done, good and faithful servant that came out of that wicked, evil comfort zone. So thank you, Chrys-Ann. You know,
Thank
I
you so
love you to
much.
life. You are my favorite Ruby girl. Don't tell nobody else now. This is
Don't get me in
our
trouble with the other
secret.
Ruby girls now.
You're the favorite one. So I hate, oh, you just don't know how I hate to end this interview, but it has to be ended. But I just want to thank Chrys-Ann. I want to thank everybody that watched tonight. Make sure you share, and reach out to Chrys-Ann. She's on Facebook under Chrys-Ann Ambrose. She would love for you to friend her. I'm quite sure she would accept your friend request. And so, Miss
Definitely.
Chrys-Ann, we wish you the best. If you ever need to come back on the show, promote the tour that you own, or anything that you need to promote or say to somebody, a God lay on your heart, you always have an open door and a welcome mat to come back.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. You're my
Oh,
favorite Ruby girl too.
I'm so excited. I feel special. So everybody, thank you for watching. I will be back next Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with another phenomenal guest. And so I'm so excited. So y'all work on coming out of that wicked evil comfort zone. And Miss Chrys-Ann, I'm gonna let you get back to the beautiful islands as we pull our umbrella and just bear this rain. So you have a great and wonderful night. And like I said, thank you so much. And Tia Regular, congratulations, girl. Congratulations. All right. Have a good night. Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.